This news alert brought to you by Casarina All Sports Club. All your entertainment under one roof.
Good evening, I'm Ainsley Koch with your 9 local news update. The Health Minister says NT authorities are keeping a close eye on the evolving Victorian coronavirus outbreak. It comes as the entire Greater Melbourne City area was declared a hotspot, with any arrivals after July 17 to go into mandatory supervised quarantine.
A record 191 infections today. Victoria's cases continue to increase. So too are the calls to shut the NT off from the state.
The Chief Minister needs to act now about making Victoria a hotspot.
Last night, announcing his decision on Facebook, the Chief Minister declared the Greater Melbourne area a hotspot, meaning after July 17, anyone coming from the region will go into mandatory supervised quarantine.
Our borders are closed right now. You cannot enter the Northern Territory without us knowing who you are, where you're going to, and we will follow up on your quarantine.
But with just 10 days until the NT's borders lift, the measures aren't strong enough for many, especially with the NT Police issuing another 4 fines to people not isolating. The Congress is calling for supervised quarantine to be brought back for hotspot arrivals immediately.
None of this self-isolation with this spread is way too risky.
The opposition is supportive of the government's hotspot strategy, but candidate Tracy Hayes has called for mandatory testing of all arrivals after July 17, while Terry Mills is backing a Victoria lockout.
And I think people would expect us to say no Victorians.
This afternoon, the government confirmed it was reviewing whether the entire state should be considered a hotspot.
We acknowledge that Victoria, the situation there is evolving rapidly, but we have time. We have 10 days until we see the next change.
Kathleen Gazzola, 9 News.
Another video has emerged of a brawl at around 3 a.m. on Sunday on Smith Street. In the vision, a woman can be seen approaching the group and appearing to kick a guard while he's on the ground. Police say a 20-year-old woman has been charged with assault on a 21-year-old man. The 21-year-old was taken to Royal Darwin Hospital and released the same day. 5 of the 21 prisoners charged over the riot at the Darwin Correctional Centre in May faced court today. As 9's Arisha Bradley reports, all are in maximum security.
Each of the 5 men were wearing red shirts from custody today, heavily monitored by prison guards as they faced Judge Fong Lim. 22-year-old Jason Reid, 23-year-old Jermaine Louis, 24-year-old Ryan Ponto, 25-year-old Bruce Impu and 43-year-old Ernest Molkatana are all facing charges of damaging property in a riot and escaping lawful confinement. For legal reasons, we can't detail the prisoners' prior convictions, but the court heard Mr Molkatana won't be released until 2033. A source has confirmed since the riot in May, the prisoners accused have been transferred to maximum security and are separated from each other. It comes as the NT government today confirmed a man on the same flight as the NT's recent coronavirus case visited the prison upon his arrival last Monday as a health and safety consultant. Once the man was confirmed to have been on the flight, NT Health revoked his exemption as a precaution and he was flown back to Melbourne. The 5 men will face court again in August. 5 more prisoners charged over the riot will have their matters heard next on Thursday.
Thank you for joining us. We'll have more news shortly.